Hello, this is Tony Hiller from RealClimateScience.com. In 2013, Barack Obama tweeted, "We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society," referring to people who continue to deny the science on climate change. He was apparently referring to top physicists like Nobel laureate John Clauser, Freeman Dyson, and Edward Teller. These top physicists openly rejected what Barack Obama called the science on climate change. He calls them the Flat Earth Society while getting his climate information from clowns like these. He apparently considers this little girl to be an expert on climate. In this video, I'm going to show that the top climate academics are the real flat earthers. NASA's James Hansen started the global warming scare before Congress in 1988. And in 2008, he said that in 5 to 10 years, the Arctic will be free of sea ice in the summer. Democrats in Congress said Dr. Hansen was right. 20 years later, we recognize him as a climate prophet. In 2007, other top government scientists said the Arctic summers would be ice-free by 2013. And the basis of their argument was these diagrams showing sea ice extent in 2006 and 2007. I'm going to come back to these diagrams in a minute and show how they've been misinterpreted. But first, let's take a look at how that prediction worked out. This was their prediction, and this is what's actually happened with the Arctic sea ice summer minimum. The minimum was higher last year than it was in 2007 when the government scientists made that ridiculous prediction. Now let's take a look at the fundamental science which these top government climate scientists don't seem to understand. This graph shows daily Arctic sea ice extent from January 1st, 2021 through the end of 2023. Every summer the ice melts, and every winter the ice grows back. The ice melts very rapidly every summer, and if the trend continued, the Arctic would be ice-free by December. But something happens in September every year. The ice stops melting and suddenly starts growing back. Let's take a look at what causes that. The Earth is tilted on its axis and it rotates around the sun once every year. During spring and summer, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, and at midsummer, the high Arctic receives more solar radiation than any place else on the planet. But by mid-September, there's almost no sunshine reaching the high Arctic, so the melting stops. Most of the northern hemisphere receives a lot of sunshine during September, but not the high Arctic. The Earth is round, so we get variations in sunlight at different latitudes. Their failure to understand this is why government climate scientists keep making these ridiculous predictions. They're looking at two-dimensional maps and imagine that the melting which occurred between 2006 and 2007 can just continue to the North Pole. But this can't happen because by early September there's not enough solar radiation to melt any ice in this part of the Arctic. These top government climate scientists are literally misinterpreting the Earth as being flat. The reality is that Barack Obama was only interested in meeting with the Flat Earth Society and didn't want to talk to any actual scientists. Toto has been pulling back the curtain on the climate scam for almost 16 years. You can visit him and his family on the web at realclimatescience.com.